Hello, and welcome to the beginning of your Songs of Six playthrough. There are timestamps so you can skip ahead as you like. Getting started with this game can be initially overwhelming. If you follow along, hopefully you'll learn something useful. First thing to do is click the play button. The tutorial is currently unfinished and pretty basic. The Examples tab holds several cities that you can take a look at. Feel free to explore these in your own time. For now, we are only interested in random game. This here is the Overworld map. Leaving it as is will generate a new random map, but there are several options to choose from. To my knowledge, size determines the size of both the capital and the Overworld map. Latitude determines the map's range of climates. Northern means colder climates, with southern being warmer. The raids setting determines how frequently you are attacked by external forces. If this doesn't sound like something you would enjoy dealing with, ever, set it to 0%. My recommendations are to leave the size small, the latitude is central, set raids to either 0 or 10%, and letting the map auto-generate. As for your starting race, I recommend Crotonian. In my opinion, they are the most beginner-friendly as they are easy to please and have major bonuses to food production. You may be tempted to pick Human. However, I do not recommend them, nor the Garthemi for beginners, due to their needs. For the sake of the guide, I will choose Crotonian. If you would like to consider the other options, please pause the video now. If you have unlocked any titles, go ahead and choose the ones you want. Titles are bonuses earned through your previous playthroughs by achieving specific goals. If this is your first game, you won't have any. The numbers at the top of your screen are the map seed. This button here regenerates the map seed. This button. If you would like to play on a similar map, enter the seed into this space. But be warned that some variation is present. I'll put the seed in the video description, however it must be manually typed in as copy-paste doesn't seem to work. This is the Overworld map. You can use WASD to move around, but there is also edge scrolling if you enable it in the options menu. As you move your mouse around, you'll be flooded with information. Don't panic, slow down, and just breathe. It's only getting started. The main things we are concerned with are the following 5. Fertility, sweet water, mountain, forest, and climate. Fertility allows you to grow food easier. Sweet water enables fishing. Mountains provide natural boundaries and higher deposits. Forests increase available wood, and climate influences temperatures as well as the races likely to immigrate to your city. Aim for a high fertility. A river like this. A decent amount of mountain in a temperate climate. I find that these are the best conditions for starting a generalized playthrough, as it allows you to explore several aspects of the games as you progress. Now you're in the capital map, and there's even more things to process. The first thing I do is to calm down and make sure I don't accidentally left click on the map. Misclicking can give you a bad start, so if you have done so, press escape on your keyboard and load the most recent save. After calming down, check the map edges. These red marked tiles denote the edges of your map where people such as raiders and traders can come from, so be mindful of them. After checking the map edges, click the overlays button and click on deposits. If you zoom out, red boxes denote the location of deposits. Zoom in to inspect them. See if you at least have a decent stone deposit. ore is also desirable. The lighter and brighter the blue, the greater the deposit. You can also hold right-click to inspect a specific tile. Don't worry if you are low on clay, gems, cithalon, and coal. You can import these later, and in the case of coal, you can make charcoal instead. If you are unhappy with your capital map, press this button to regenerate it. After confirming the deposits, change the overlay to fertility. Once again, the higher the fertility, the brighter the tile, and it's right-click to inspect individual tiles. You generally want to settle near high fertility, not necessarily on top of it. If you zoom out, you'll see a lot of green boxes. These green boxes denote areas that contain wild plants such as fruits, veggies, etc. For reference, Crotonians love bread, mushrooms, and vegetables. Now zoom out, position yourself outside of mountain, beside or near some green boxes, and relatively near a decent stone deposit. Zoom into your desired area and left click where you want to settle. This is your throne, the most important part of your city. If your people are blocked from it, they get stuck and don't follow your commands. For example, if I close off these doorways, everyone outside of the room will be on smoko until a path is opened again, so be careful. Top left shows several overviews about your city. The top center of the screen are the time controls, as well as where you'll see the season and some notifications. Pressing this speed or 4 on your keyboard twice will make time go by much faster. I like to keep the game paused when designing buildings or in preparation for major events. Top right holds several buttons such as the status, where you can check your city's level, your progress towards titles, status effects to your city, and customize your ruler name, faction name, flag, etc. This button to the right of the status is the Messages tab. It stores all of the alert pop-ups, so you can revisit them anytime. Capital is the capital map. Battle is for commanding troops in the capital map. And world is for the world view, the overworld view. And this here is the Tomb of Knowledge is the game's encyclopedia, but is currently bare bones, so help the developer out, would you? Like, right here, it says... This panel shows your current and potential citizens. This panel shows the current stockpiled resources in your warehouse. These buttons on the bottom center are for building. From left to right, they are the Finder, Buildings, Infrastructure, Job Orders, Blueprints, and Cancel Orders. Hovering over most of the UI elements will reveal more information for you to learn, which is part of the fun, so feel free to pause and have a read around. First thing to do is build a warehouse to store materials. Go into the Buildings tab, to the Logistics category, and click on Warehouse. Hold left click and drag. This area is the area of the buildings inside referred to as the room. Walls will be automatically built around the room, one tile out, if you have this button checked. Let go of left click to build. These buttons here allow you to swap between expanding or shrinking the room. If you see yellow, like that, the room is affected by this status. Keeping both room dimensions at 8 by 8 or at least one dimension at or below 7 will prevent this from occurring. But you can also just shrink the room like that. Right click undoes your last action, so be careful. You can make rooms and buildings however you want, but to begin with, just make a small room like this. Click on crates and adjust the size of them as desired using Q and E, or these buttons here. Place as many crates as you'd like, but for now we'll just place one. Make sure you leave a path to enter and place a doorway or two. Try to keep isolation as close to 100% as much as possible, and hover over it to learn more if you're curious. Now your room is ready, and click the tick to tell your people to construct. Speed up time. Wait for the building to finish. You need more materials. Designate some trees to be felled. Oh, trees. Or rocks to be cleared. Once the warehouse is finished, set the items you would like to store. The first warehouse should probably store basic materials such as stone and wood. You can dictate the exact number of employees. For warehouses, I like to leave them on auto-employ. Clicking here allows you to refurnish the room. Now, it's time to build a second warehouse. You can hold left shift, copy a room, and then you just click. This warehouse will serve as your food storage. After you've set it up, designate the harvest of wild plants. Prioritize nearby vegetables and mushrooms. As aforementioned, Bretonians love these things. There's two things. In my experience, the wild plants can carry you up to at least 100 citizens if you have enough. Now that you know how to get started and the basics of the UI, here are my final basic tips. The number here is the number of immigrants wanting to join your city. You can set the maximum to automatically authorize by right-clicking here and moving this slider. Keep your growth slow and steady. Don't accept too many too quickly. To attract more immigrants, you need to increase the fulfillment of these variables, such as services. Building a hearth and a well, for example. Building a hearth and a well, for example, next to their housing will increase these two here. Also, try to stick to your starting race until you learn enough about them, as there are penalties to not being the majority. These tabs are full of information, so enjoy exploring it and learning more about your people. Hopefully this video was helpful to you. If you would like more information, I recommend the several guides on Steam as well as Icon Gaming's tutorial series. Good night.